everybody out there. Hope everybody's doing good. Today what we're going to talk about is replacing the ignition cylinder. One of the reasons I'm doing this is because I went out and bought new cylinders for the doors, the ignition, the glove box, and the trunk. So I have keys, one key set for all that. But we got to go back to the steering column to pull that out. And to do that, to pull this out of the steering column, you have to depress this tab. So I got to pull the insides out of the steering column to get to that tab and push down on it, and then it'll slide out. So let's get started. All right, we're at the steering wheel. Now the first thing you gotta take off is this, I think it's 7/8 nut off the steering wheel. Take the horn off. Mine was broken off anyways, but take the nut off, and then you gotta use I used this and it worked out. It wasn't great, but it worked out in the end. So the steering wheel comes right off. Set it to the side. Now what you got left, this is the horn, and then you got these 3 screws. The plate slides right off. Now you have this inner plate, which needs to be depressed or pressed in, and then there's a lock ring around there that you got to pull out. It's just like a C ring or clamp or whatever, and you got to pull it out, and then this will come off. But you have to press this in to pull the ring off. All right, for this plate, like I said, you got to push it in. So what I did is I made this device a while ago. It's just a hunk of metal I had that had holes in it. So these two are going to sit on the plate, and then you have the center pole, or center of the steering column, where that first nut you had to pull off, twist it on again, and then just screw it down, and it'll push the plate in theory. It does work. This, like I said, the nut is 7/8 or 22 millimeters. There's the C-ring, I call it. And all I did was slide it off. I just pulled it out of its little slot and slid it out. It worked out great. I don't know what this plate's called, but like I said, every part that I'm pulling out, if I don't know it, you'll see it. I'll research it and I'll put it on the bottom where I found it. You're going to pull this off. So it has to do with the horn. We might have to pull the guts out here, so we'll go ahead and take off the turn signal arm. All right, next up is removing this screw, and this screw. To get to those, you got to turn the turn signal device, which is basically. So when you take out those screws, you have to turn this this top portion of it. You rotate it around like it's part of the turn signal. So if you had the arm screwed in, you could turn this whole thing. Then you can get to that screw by pulling it all the way down. Now you can pull that one out and that one out. Sorry, that was too close. That one and that one. All right, remember the plate, the pressure that was put on the plate to keep it pushed against that C clamp is this spring right here. It just slides right out. So I took out the screws. Might have to get a magnet to pull out the screws because they're pretty far in there and they tend not to come out right away. Now this this section right here is connected to all the wires snaking down inside the column to the wiring harness. We might have to unhook that so we can pull this out just enough so we can see inside, and we can get a screwdriver in there to push that tab, and then we can pull the key cylinder out. Before you can pull this out, you got to remove the flasher, and all you do is just unscrew it. That's all it is, screwed in. Then this comes out, and we don't have to unhook it from the harness or pull it any farther. So we should be able to get into, and I'm pretty sure, I'll have to dig around, but pretty sure it's right in there. Well, let me check it out. I'll be right back. Okay, that was it. So I took this little screwdriver, or that's actually a nice little ice pick. I took this little screwdriver and you slide it in, press down on that tab, cylinder should come out. It takes a little coaxing, but it does come out. And I pried this off the top of it real easy with the screwdriver, just popped it off. But the little tab is right there. Press it down and slide it out, and you can slide the other one in. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, I slid the other key cylinder in, and it takes a little coaxing. Anyways, I'll show you what I did on how to get it in just a second. Okay, here's the old cylinder. When you slide the new cylinder in, there's a groove or a slot on the bottom where this and this line up as you slide it in, and you can't go wrong. That's the only way the cylinder is going to go in. It has to slide into that groove or slot or whatever. And then this has to line up inside to this shape. I don't know what it's called inside, but this lines up. To move that around so you line that up, you just move the key. And then remember, we had to press that in to slide it out. We got to press it in to slide it in. To do that, you take your ice pick and you pull up on that, and as you slide it in, do it from the top. I'm going to stab myself, I know it. There. I don't want to stab myself. I did it already once. Anyways, from the top, and it pulls it in, so you can slide the cylinder in, and it gets to a point where it is holding it in. Then you just pull it out and finish pushing it in, and there you go. Piece of cake. All right, there it is, complete. Key works, turns on, key doesn't come out. Key comes out when it's locked. Good to go. All right, that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching Alien RestoMod. I'll see you next time on another part of the engine.